Right, and we are back. Hello, Molly. Missed you, girl. So, last time we were exploring the northern zones of Gainax. To be more specific, the municipal court side. So, we are going to continue in our explorations. Let's see, magnetic star. Okay,
One of my regulars,
just
the scientist developing arc weaponry, said that I was his inspiration. My android systems were specialized to avoid static buildup. Something about friction. Rub up against enough people, and it creates sparks. M3,
you tell
E-Bomb,
me.
and patent dispute lawsuit.
So we have the static buildup module. Have a 12 strength chance, 8 with repeating attacks to apply static charge. The stacking debuff that lowers the target's arc resistance by 1 for 2 turns. Okay, only apply to units that have arc ability. Okay, cool. And we have the arc discharge. Discharges an arc blast on single enemy unit, dealing 9 arc damage for behind impact. Can jump to 2 additional targets. Alright, so fantastic. And synthesis integration.
If you ignore all the bugs, this is our best release to date.
Okay.
Fanatic, Democoder, Perpetual Rootkit.
Fanatic. Democoder, okay. Fantastic. Love the lore in this game. So in here we have increases of accuracy, armor, against ranged attacks, stuff like this. Alright. We can actually, I think could actually use some Cosmite to arm a little bit better, to armor girl a little bit better. So far she has the regenerative thermal patches. Let's see. She can apply the static buildup module. But that goes for the arc bolas, right? It's just for the arc bolas. Then we can apply the Guardian Demon Shell. That would protect her from ranged attacks and give her a +1 armor, which I like, by the way. And 10% accuracy and 10% critical hit chance. I like the bolas are actually very useful, but interface with synthesis technology. 10% increased damage. I think I'm gonna put this one. I might go static build-up, you know. See the molus, what would they do? How's their static? How are their statistics? Immobilize, targeting shell plus 10 cures. Okay, that's already. How many people do we have that actually use Psytech staff breach? Okay, we have the hackers with breach. We have the pulse repeaters. Yeah, this could be useful. She could actually mark. It would be very different to have her. She would damage and mark targets for the others to shoot, or she would just dodge and go herself into the fray. What would Molly do? You know, the decisions that I'm going to make are not necessarily the best strategic decisions because I'm trying role play, as I mentioned before. I don't think she's kind of like this general type that would command others to do things. I think she would go for a hands-on approach. You know, she would just dodge and try to do service herself. So I get the overseers and I get the hackers. The overseers actually deals psychic damage, which would be an interesting alternative. You actually need 2 lanes of off damage. I was actually reading some of the descriptions of the monsters in this game, the enemies in this game. There are plenty that have immunity here and there to, you know, uh, around some sort of attack. So those are the complications, you know. Sci-tech. Yeah, I could apply to any of these guys here. The runners, they can build more. I think I'm gonna apply. I think I'm gonna use the hackers here. Yeah, I can't do anything this turn, so because I spent all my cosmite. So next turn. Anyway, I'm actually interested in upgrading Molly. So Molly's gonna heal anyway. I'm gonna move towards here next. We actually have some of these liquid thicks. Psionica. Studying hard more now, I made my discovery lifetime. Psionic crystalline life forms are originally named Psionica dericus. Just a stupid tick. Turns out it's a deadly parasite. It's just consumed my grad students. Wow. Oh, Jesus. Just a stupid tick. Yeah, I think he's more that Hampton's is more pissed off that it's just a tick than about losing his grad students. What a moron! What a jerk! Um, Numbskulls, Tech, Low Tech colonization. Yeah, these are the little mega beetles and the leeches. Imagine that if you actually had creatures like this, you know, like these that would leech and drain people out, that drain creatures out of their psychic energies. I wonder if psychic energies wouldn't be way stronger in human beings. I can't really say anything about that because there are no sources, of course, about that. But I keep imagining if we're capable of symbolic uh, symbolic systematizing and symbolic organizing, if we're capable of complex communication, if we are capable of complex abstract thought, it would maybe that would imply that we'd be psychically stronger than animals. I mean, our unconscious is basically way more consistent, or I wouldn't say consistent, but way more intense than theirs, in a sense, I believe. Even though dogs, for example, dream or whatever. But think about it. Probably these things would be attracted to more complex thought patterns. It would be insane. They would pursue our species all over the place. I don't know. That's at the very least my supposition. So yeah. Okay. I can't imagine how it would work though. Imagine that they are doing. I keep thinking that it would be interesting to imagine that you get one of these ticks and some of these creatures would adapt themselves so well to their feeding habits that they would induce dreams on the person that they are leeching. So they would attach themselves to them. They would kind of let because they would feel comfortable. They would dream about their innermost desires and the fulfillment of their innermost dreams, and they would just let it. They're just like falling into a slumber or detaching yourself from existence because of a psychic pleasure. And then it would drain people dry. It would drain the individual dry. Yeah, like a psychic vampire. Like the vampire skiz. Since the vampire skiz kind of brings the person to pleasure, it would be kind of like the same. Okay, you're trying to run away. I don't care. Run away. Biome explored. Okay, got some food. Perfect. So we got the overgrown biome for ourselves. I'm gonna attach this area first, the municipal court side first, so we can actually increase production. Probably we have in this area already, beyond the abandoned quarry, some manufacturing facilities or something like that. The plus 10 is because of the quarry, of course, but I keep imagining here we probably have tons of resources that remain in this abandoned city. Basically, we are between two huge abandoned metropolis. Is that the way we pronounce it? Um, so yeah, and we also have some neutral settlement there. Okay, so I'm gonna let me just move this guy here. All right, through the city of the fallen. This structure I actually find interesting, you know. You have this huge urban scenario that has abandoned called the City of the Fallen. Why is it called the City of the Fallen? I can only wonder. I don't know if it's because the city is now abandoned and you only have wretches running around the streets, maybe. Things that wouldn't people that wouldn't actually influence or threaten you. But yeah, I like these creatures in particular. You know, both Kelai would be the plural, but the Kellus Clutch Mother and the Kellus Steel Eater are interesting things because they basically deal and attack ships. One to put eggs, to lay eggs on them apparently, or to just lays eggs when he's fighting, and the other one to eat the metal. And then you have these octowhales here. Should be Pacific, but in this particular case, actually spitting venom, some sort of a venomous ink. So I imagine that this huge city here just had this portuary area filled with cargo ships, and now these creatures are just gorging on them and leaving behind tons of precious loot. Therefore, the Imperial Energy Stash. But I can't really take it right now. I'm gonna use my stack on the other side, and then as soon as I can actually get, I'm gonna move here. As soon as I can actually, or maybe should I? Let's move two more. I think they can see there. Yeah. Um. Then I'm gonna move. No, I'm gonna move south again. I think one more south. I'm gonna try to uncover this group here as well. So in here, what do we have? We have mycelium growth cluster. This is a spawner. Okay. Oh, sorry. Living cluster of fungal flesh and warped machinery from years of growth hormone fueled evolution from this once delicious foodstuff. If neglected, the creatures will attack nearby colonies and armies. So basically, we have a spawner here. Okay, let's 40 40. Well, these two have interesting movement. I love these mycelium things, you know. Basically, they are machines that were overtaken by fungi, and the fungi actually control them now. So this one here actually eats soldiers and becomes stronger. Okay, they have arc resistance. See, so psionic attacks would be interesting here. Volatile crop scatter, arc resistance, stagger resistance. So I actually should think about trying to get more psi soldiers at first, at the very least, because unless I actually have more spawners that are closer to me, but this spawner is gonna be trouble soon. Don't remember how spawners work in this game. I remember Age of Wonders 4. You actually get some turns before they start spawning and attacking you. And it would be wise to just keep my guy far away from this, because if they spawn, they're gonna eat away my troops. You know. And we have this as well. Oh man, this is a sweet design. Advar ship with anti-air. This is the way that they designed the piece is unbelievable. Look at this. You know, this old thing, kind of rusty, kind of brutal in its design. I love what they did here. It's kind of rounded here and there, so it kind of looks like a World War II piece of machinery. But at the same time, it has all these razors outside, you know, showing kind of like the brutality of Dvar life. I'm actually liking more and more the Dvar in this game, you know. Accomplish trickery using a strange aircraft. Caravan Guardians. Rogue agents can maneuver the Syndicate Mirage aircraft using blast to use psionic energy. Oh, this is interesting. How do I get this? Sci-tech blasters. A hallucination projector. Okay, they can reduce accuracy, deliver damage that bypasses armor. I like this. I like this aircraft. Mirage. I'm actually going to study, see how do I get Mirage. So yeah, Molly. Understanding the ways of this world, Molly sees the tech and tries to uncover how to reach it. Oh yeah, that was easy. So basically it's a syndicate tech. I can go for exploit weakness, which is interesting characteristic for her. Unit gains plus 20 accuracy against flanker. Increases. So this is another mod. Additionally, mod grants the unit 10% increased damage on all abilities. This I like. What else? Tactical advantage protocol. Target friendly units always flanking. Yeah, I really. This is really more like her vibe, you know. Then we have the unit Guild Assassin. Oh man, yeah. I like synthesis integration for what it does, but this is way more her vibe, you know. Sniper snapshot, breach round, biological. Okay, fantastic. I like this unit. So basically, all advantages up here. I can go. Of course, that actually breaks the plan of me busting into that spawner and killing them with psionic damage, because I think it's around here somewhere. The route to the psionic soldier, right? Should be here. Should be inside Psi, of course. Mind wipe, venom, mantra of clarity, dominion purification. I kind of imagine Molly now thinking to herself, should I relinquish my old ways and prepare to enter the battlefield? Or should I just plunge into dark psychic energy? I think she would be the kind of person to dabble in dark powers to get what she wants, you know. Immune to psionic status. Lots of protection, mantra of control. They have lots of mantras. Basically, they become kind of like this dark meditative civilization, you know. Psionic wall of caster. Target units has 8 strength chance to mind control. Wow, it's kind of like the Sith, really. Channel the power of the ether for targets. Mass insanity. Yeah, it's not here. How do I? Maybe I don't think society actually has anything that allows me to produce units, right? It's all military. Yeah, it hasn't full development. No. Employ deception. Also like this information. Okay, for now I'm gonna go here, I think. Cerebral submission. Let me see one thing here, real quick. Close. For now I haven't insured runners. Overseer. I can't make overseers. Maybe I don't need research overseers. Maybe I need to have. Yeah, I only need the specialist training center, so that's what I'm gonna build next, by the way. Because I kind of want the overseers too. I'm gonna build a stack of overseers to help me. Fine, so that's one decision made. As for now, I think I'm gonna go in force control. I'm gonna get the assassins and then the. But I need to exploit weakness first. I actually like these mods. I might change Molly's mods eventually. For that, I mean, it's the idea is kind of to form like to form a mafia, you know, that works in between spy and assassins guild, you know. So you're gonna move here, society research. Site research, I think I'm gonna go in area surveillance. I kind of want these kinds of I actually should maybe go frontier facilities and stuff like this to actually get more food and energy. But I'm gonna go area surveillance first. It's because I want to see how this line works. And Unix can access first sector. We know already. Oh man, I love these panels. We already know what we're gonna do here. We're gonna annex this. This is why we actually attacked the guys in the quarry. We want the quarry. So, all right. All right. Okay. Now we have an explored sector. You don't even have to ask. You have a lot of bonuses for production in this area here. You know, so it's production. All right. Sector based regainings.
Annexed.
I actually wish that Creator 3.0 allowed me to spin the camera. I might be able to find a cheat that does that. I'm gonna research it later. I have other purposes as well with this. It's kind of like I actually want to profit from this footage and use it to toy around with some cinematic elements, use this to roleplay in a different way. But Creator 2.0 is now has a very limited camera because the final version that the developers had delivered for Age of Wonders 3, they actually locked everything. You can open the cheat panel. It doesn't let you do anything. You do not have access to the files that you would modify to move around the camera. The mods no longer work. I don't think anyone would bother actually open the APKs and APDs that you have there because those are basically compiled. So I'd have to decompile that. I don't even know how to do that, and you'd have to read all of it just to modify it and actually let loose the camera. And you would have to test it, by the way, because if you get it loose in a wrong way. Okay, so I'm gonna move here now. Yeah, it might break everything up, you know, it might clip. So if you want to do some cinematic recording, it's not the best thing to do. There are other aspects and other ideas that I could have just to mix and match and use the material. Like Dawn of War Definitive Edition actually has some crisp looks. You can get some interesting mod like that, like the Apocalypse mod, for example, or the Ultimate. I think it's called Ultimate, and yeah, you okay, geothermal stability, fine. Okay, I'm not gonna sit on it. So you can actually get some interesting shots in there. But as I mentioned, I'm not. I love Warhammer, but I I mean, I don't think that Warhammer is the best setting to tell stories. I haven't played the Rogue Trader yet. People say that it's actually interesting, but I think it actually distorts a lot of what Warhammer is. As far as I've seen it, I've seen very little of it. Okay, memorial. Alright, so basically, memorial for the Star Union gets food and production, extra food production morale. Okay, cool. This is interesting. It's interesting how you get to think in between a role-playing game and the strategy game in this. Oh my god, these guys, they actually know how to do things, you know. I like what they do. Keep an eye out for these guys. Okay, Forgotten. I wasn't talking about Forgotten. I was gonna look at the spawner, but fine. Ancient Aztec, who were destined for eternal rest, not meant to fit to reawakening. Have mysteriously awoken and now seek corpses, the only sustenance they can use to preserve their crimson rotting essence. Yeah, they kind of look like a siege of terror in here. And the colors, I actually understand. The colors actually remind me of Other Side. It's a game that I have my eye on. Have had my eye on for a long time. It's actually real cheap now, but I have a lot on my plate, as you can see. I want to study this game after I finish these. After I mess around a lot with Age of Wonders and finish some other stuff like that I kind of want to go back into, or I finish after I finish. It's gonna take a long time because after I finish Stone Shard that I've been recording as well, maybe I'll pick it up. May the Creator be with you, Essence Bearer. You have come before the cursed and rotten, the ones that were left forever forgotten. Sorry. Our immortal bodies have witnessed much suffering, but our faith is unbroken. Will you join our prayers, Molly Razor, or ending Inception? Yeah, Molly would not fight these guys, I think. She would try to use them, against her enemies. We will offer our services to earn thy favor. Remain low on essence and cautious to trust strangers. If you wish to join us, prove your obedience. Help us. We seek a path of service to gain against your favor. Recent encounters with a rival life form has horrified us. Their essence is strange. All living things are sacred, but entropy defies Creator's hierarchy. We hold dominion over life, and plants are its lowest form. The growth embody entropy's corruption. The writing here packs a lot of info just in one paragraph. I personally don't mind it. Many people would try to have a beef with it because basically they are trying to convey that these guys understand themselves as the apex of existence. And they mention a certain creator behind them. So basically they are cult. They understand that they are superior to everyone else. They understand that their vampiric, cannibalistic ways, or necrophagic ways, sorry, are, I mean, acceptable because of the position. And there's something about strange essence. So basically they don't like mutations, is that it? And there is a hierarchy, not a food chain. It's a fancy name. Okay, growth units turn. This is an interesting dialogue that's getting started here with these guys. I'm actually interested in understanding who the Aztec are and who the Forgotten are, really. Okay, so we would get relations, influence. Probably they would spread a good word, or being allies with these monsters would actually intimidate others. Who knows? Food and production. I don't think they have much use for this. Okay, and they would help us with our endeavors, probably delivering us readily made goods or offering some sort of a workforce, temporary workforce. I don't know. All right, since they are the sort of enslavers, but I don't think anyone would have survived if they starved now. I don't think that any living creature would actually be around to help them. Okay, area surveillance. They would have eaten
If you
everyone.
want to improve your capabilities, you don't just set a goal, you must also monitor it. Only by carefully watching your progression, guarding against backsliding, can you achieve solid success. Tony Rubio Strong, Manpower and Machine Motivational Consulting.
All right. So I have now my operations and the bonus. That's good. Diplomatic niceties. I think I'm gonna go covered infiltration next. It's just that I don't think that they use. Maybe if I could use covered operations still map. If I could use it on factions, that would be interesting. Because I don't have players anywhere near me now. So this is useful for now. Aquatic deployment is useful. I think I'm gonna go frontier facilities. If only because of the buildings that I can get from this. You know? Could go cyber optimization eventually as well. Cyber divisions. Worker integration. Doctrine development. Okay. Oh, I get more doctrine development slots. Okay. Fantastic. Let's try to prime something
Operations
here.
available for priming.
So yeah, I have deploy monitor and native threat locator. I'm gonna go deploy monitor. Because I kind of want to. If we have the quests here, I actually want to monitor the quest from afar. I have 10 turns, right, to complete them. Okay, we're gonna go next. The operator. Okay, okay. This opens one of the objectives, the operator. We have our armies with boots on the ground and guns in their hands. But there are other ways, subtler, safer, and smarter. It is time we explored our options on this planet. If we outthink our foes, then the battle may be won before the first shot is fired. That's the spirit. So I have to use a strategic operation, a covert operation, a doctrine operation. Okay. Mm-hmm. We're on our way for that. And then we get some more energy. So basically we're in this line now. Right? Can get the builder or the operator here. You're gonna work development. What does the builder do? Let me remember. Supply the colony, found a sector, second colony, okay. So I added sector, I'm gonna exploit it, and I gotta found a second colony to get this. I actually want these rewards, so why not? In here, after we finish this, we might as well get a colonizer. Yeah. So let's try to finish that line there. Just gotta understand where to colonize now. We have some goodies around here. We have some geothermal fissures that are getting in the way. We have some statues. We have some interesting stuff. Could go north. We haven't explored the map too much yet. Actually, I should send this guy to the center here. I'm gonna move you here because then we actually get to open this as well. Move. Alright, still. Oh yeah, it's I already had opened that, but it's fine. I actually want to open the middle of the map now. Maybe I can actually get a city down south beyond these guys. You know? Because Forgotten are actually surrounding me. I have them up north, I have them down south, I have them everywhere. And to be quite honest, Brilliant Minds Incorporated, look at this. Imperial Research Central Landmark under Forgotten Faction. Maze, which is operation and acts as a pre-built research exploitation and provides additional plus 10 science and plus 2. Yeah, I kind of want that, you know. It would maybe justify going to war with these guys, but they have too large, a bunch of large stacks. But I kind of want that bonus. I mean, my main concerns here are science and info. So, okay, misery catacomb. Yeah, that's actually the pyramid that appears on the stale uh, frames on by the beginning, the panels by the beginning game. Okay, let's move to the stash. You want to fight? Interesting. There was a runner there. I don't think I could see that runner. Yeah, because of universal camouflage. Fine. Okay, I have doubled your attack points, and it would be interesting training for me. Let's go. Let's see what Molly can do now. You know, up to this version of the game, you know, up to this version of Creator Engine, I actually like the maps. The maps on 4, for some reason, I find them so cluttered, so I wouldn't say unreadable. They are readable, but it seems like everything is kind of. It seems like it curves towards the edges, you know, and I actually hate that. Plus, the game actually says that its minimum is 8 GB RAM. I know, I'm running at the minimum, but the game, I think that the game actually drags a little, you know, at least for me. And I'm not, I usually don't mind that. I don't care. But in there, it's kind of like, it kind of becomes like a chore, you know. So, but I actually like 4. I actually like 4 for what it is. It's very different than the other iterations. I mean, the other games, they're actually about the story. They are actually about the strategic gameplay. That one's kind of like having a, a a bunch of clay in your hands. You can build a strategic game in there, a strategy game in there. You can build interesting, like chess board games in a sense, you know, chess-derived board games. But let's see, Inferno Strike, Meteor Dash. What's the 1, 2 to 7? So they get 7 and they get to attack me, assimilate. I'm gonna have to use someone to pull these guys out. Yeah, already positioned themselves quite well. They can move up to here. I would actually try to waste their movement first. Yeah, these guys don't have Overwatch. Hmm. Syndicate Runner. I have one guy with Overwatch, that's this one. So what I could do, I'm gonna move you into cover. See if it works. And Overwatch. Okay. You... Okay, I have you on cover already. Move him to cover. Defend. You can bring shields up for everyone, so I'm gonna... Probably... There's one problem here. When these guys strike with that meteor crap of them... Yeah. It damages adjacent units. What might help is that this guy actually has shield for... No, it doesn't have shield for everyone. This is bad. No. I actually should use the strategy of spreading everyone out. You have lots of shield, Molly, so you're gonna... Or at least you have better defense. So I'm gonna keep you here. I'm gonna move you here. And I'm gonna move you... I'm gonna put you on Molly's side here. Let's see what the game does, you know, with this. Let me see if I can... Yeah, I can only end combat turn. I still can't prime anything here. Let's see.
Available.
They will not come around. They want me to go to them. So maybe I'm gonna try to split these guys. Arc blast a single enemy unit. Select. Let's try to poke them. Okay. Let's see. Sci-tech strike. Problem is I don't really have a reach to. I could just arc that guy. I need one. So I could move into the danger zone and try to arc him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 distance. If I move her here, I don't know if I'm gonna have the sight to do that, but I can move her here. 2, 3, 4, 5. She's gonna be quite exposed if I do that. I don't think I have the damage to. Because Arc Blast, it can stagger or mobilize the guy. Do I have anyone else? Arc Power Blast. I can try to see if they move. If they will move, I'm gonna spread these guys anyway, so. Okay, you have the bolus. But you're too far away yet. And if you enter here, you're gonna be inside their range for the meteor, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 3, 6. Yeah, you're gonna be inside the range for the... You have 34. What I can do Try to remove you from here. I can move. It's fascinating. I'm not gonna put you exposed. I'm gonna use the. Okay. Can use cover on the side here. I don't think that it will come here. Just to spread these guys. You know? I'm gonna keep you on Overwatch. If they move, they get shot. That's for you. Think I'm gonna move you. Yeah, I really should try to move you forward at least a little. So on the next turn I can actually get the bolas in. Fine. Molly stays there. Let's see if they react to that first, you know? Let's study these guys first. So keep it. Overwatch. Stay. Yeah. Just... Because... I see. It's actually moving up. They are moving to the edge. Interesting. Okay, they are exposed now at the very least, a little. So what I can do is try to mobilize the... Move her here. I'm gonna try to mobilize the meteor guys. You know? Can move you here. And toss the bolas. Let's see if it works. Immobilized. Fantastic. So now they're stuck. Let's see if I can get those two guys on those other two guys that are stuck as well. Molly, your turn. Oh yeah. Better. Power blast. Okay, let's see what other units we have. Well, we have our own syndicate runners, traitors probably. Stragglers from our house that disagree from Molly's leadership. Okay. They have our Cabolas as well. I could try to impose some... It's just that I don't... Immobilize doesn't mean that they won't act, right? They are still... But I could go Arc Power Blast on this guy here. Might move you here. How much do I need? I need 3. So, but I have 17% to reach you. That's not good. I need to move you closer, you know, to have 0 override target interior suffers 5 psychic damage regains all other action points. Cannot be reduced below 1. Yeah, they have 3. But it's not gonna hit with 17%. It might with this, you know. Of course, I have to get closer. I have to get adjacent, really. How about you? What if I do the arc thing? Out of range. But I need just one... Could put them right by the side of these guys. Like so, you know? I'm gonna... Alright. I actually pushed them back good. Didn't realize they would push them back. That's excellent. I'm gonna move you here. Or here. No, wait, I'm not gonna move you yet. I'm gonna... Can push you back as well. I might be able to push you... Because I did push you, I can actually prime these. Select, because now everyone can take damage here. It's gonna be fun. So 100% for everyone to take damage. Just look at this. All the stack will take damage. Go. Excellent. We see our distance. This thing here. How far do I have to... Where is it? Because I could move you into the proper range, maybe. But I think it's... No, yeah, it's gonna be within reach at the very least of the shots. Which doesn't really refresh me, because what I want to do is scramble the guy. The shots... No, yeah, let's shoot. Missed too. Fine. Now I get it. It can go up to 3 actions, but it doesn't have to use 3 actions. What about you? Need 1 action for this. Let's try to bring this guy down here. If I can actually target it. You see, the engine actually can do that. Dude. Above. It's gonna... Yeah, it's gonna do the wrong thing. Pisses me off. Yeah, they're still alive, that's the problem. Because now they are gonna retaliate. That I didn't want... I did want them to... Okay, immobilize me, it doesn't do you much good. Heals. Fine. 65, 72, 80. Let's kill that thing. Okay, Molly. Molly has to go real close to the target. She can't move now. She doesn't have the bolas anymore, but she can regenerate stuff. Really is, yeah. Molly was the one that couldn't really. Didn't realize that. Still getting used to it. Let's see how much. Why don't you target that guy? Okay, now you're targeting it. 50% fine, let's try. Great. Excellent. Now, so that's 1 down, no more healing. I had spent their healing anyway, but fine. Let's do the psychic damage thing here.
Enemy killed.
Great. Because now I get to enter here with the rest of my troops. So I'm gonna move you guys here. Okay. Kill the runners. Oh, look at that. Huh. Fine. I'm gonna use my own runners against you. gonna move you here. Right. Molly can't move. Okay. This is lasting way more turns than it should. So Molly shields. Okay. Just one shot. Okay, you missed all the shots. Almost all the shots. Come on. Can you move now? No, you can't. How about you? You can shoot for 70%, so go. Let's try to kill these guys.
Eliminated.
Yeah. Alright.
The Syndicate rules supreme.
The traitors are dead. Yeah, but that wasn't... my planning needs to get a lot better, you know. Like, yeah, I actually should have thought about killing the Syndicate traitors, the traitor runners first. And the healers. But I got too worried about the meteor thing that I didn't even use. What should be the military skirmish, production resources, motor mechanics. Okay, get the barracks. And the barracks. Alright, upgrade commander. So yeah, Molly learned a few tricks. Okay, so piloting, Deadeye. She has 5 skill points now. Piloting not for her. All attacks gain 5% more accuracy. Interesting. Close quarter specialist. Damage dealt melee. 10%. Range specialist, not interested. Vitality 2. Air commander. No. Archaeology adept. No. That's interesting. Infantry ground commander. Infantry commander. 10% additional damage. Functions only when heroes are in their commander. Okay. Keen sight. That's interesting as well. Steadying. Strategic operation support. That's also interesting. 6 in operations at target sectors. 0-9. Subterfuge. Oh, I like that. Let's just check universal camouflage. I think it's F1 or F2. Okay. Let me see how universal camouflage, from a role-playing standpoint, it's awesome. When standing on any hex. Yeah, but within combat it makes no... And it's just her, so... In here I think that the usefulness of this would be relative, you know. I don't know. I think it would be more interesting to put Deadeye or... Not, yeah, Deadeye, maybe close quarter specialist. You know? Strategic operation support. Which is their thing, kinda. I think I'm gonna put strategic operation support plus Deadeye for now. Yeah, confirm. Let's leave this last point for later. So basically, yeah, basically she specializes in info now. You know, she's trying to get it to be the info gatherer. Because, I mean, I don't know if universal camouflage is going to be very useful against the AI here. I don't know. Okay. So, now we have missions, so we should actually move towards the missions. Yeah, you're gonna move here, okay? There's access, fine, don't, fine. Alright, so I'm gonna end this turn, and I'm gonna leave now because I actually have to. And we're gonna come back soon enough with more of Molly Razor. And I'm personally having fun, you know, knowing the game, actually learning tricks, and role playing a little bit with this girl. So I'll see you guys when I see you guys later.